Good day, students. Today we will going to continue our lesson about division of decimals up to 4 decimal places by 1/10, 100ths, and 1,000ths. So here are our table of content for today's lesson. We have lesson number 1, dividing decimals up to 4 decimal places by 1/10. Lesson number 2, dividing decimals up to 4 decimal places by 100ths. And lesson number 3, dividing decimals up to 4 decimal places by 1,000ths. You were exposed with many lessons involving division of decimals already. Your added ideas in these prior lessons and activities will be useful in this lesson. If you will just apply the rules well, you will find this lesson on dividing decimals up to 4 decimal places by 1/10, 100ths, and 1,000ths fun and easy. So let us try this example. We have 34 and 900ths divided by 1/10 is equal to 340 and 9/10. We have also 500ths divided by 1/10 is equal to 5/10. Do you find the answer? Or do you know how did we found the answer? Now, let us try to have this example. We have 600ths divided by 1/10. For this one, if we're going to use the long division method, the first thing that we're going to do is we need to move the decimal point of our divisor one place to the right to make it as a whole number. So for this one, let us move the decimal point. So this will become a whole number 1. Same thing that we're going to apply for our dividend. If we move one place to the right in our divisor, we need also to move one place to the right in our dividend. So this will be 6/10. So let us now continue the division method. We have 6/10 divided by 1. So we have 6/10. Divide times 1, we have 6/10. And 6/10 minus 6/10 is equal to 0. Now, don't you know that there is an easy way to find the answer? When we divide the decimal by 1/10, just move our decimal point one place to the right. Always remember that it should be to the right. Now, just like our example a while ago, we have here 6/10 divided by 1, or 600ths divided by 1/10. Just move our decimal point here, which is, this is our decimal point. If we're just going to move one place to the right, and the answer will be 6/10. So how about this one? Let us have more example for this one. We have 3,412 10,000ths. And if we're going to divide it by 1/10, the rule tells us that we're going to, if we divide decimal by 1/10, just move our decimal point one place to the right. So for this one, since we divide this one by 1/10, all we have to do is just to move our decimal point one place to the right, going here. So for our final answer, we have 3 and 412 thousandths. How about this one? We have 2 and 1,534 10,000ths. We divide it by 1/10. So our rules tells us that we're going to move one place to the right. So for this one, just move our decimal point one place to the right. And for our final answer, we have 21 and 534 thousandths. Okay, so we have another example here, 45 and 2,361 10,000ths divided by 1/10. Since we divide this one by 1/10, so just move our decimal point one place to the right. So here is our decimal point. Move this one one place to the right. And for our final answer, we have 452 and 361 thousandths. So it's very easy, right? If we divide the decimal by 1/10, just move the decimal point one place to the right. Now, let's proceed to our second lesson. How to divide decimals up to 4 decimal places by 100 hundredths. So for this one, just move the decimal place 2 places to the right. So a while ago, when we divide decimals by 1/10, we move our decimal point 1 place to the right. Now, for this one, if we're going to divide our decimal by 1/100, just move our decimal point 2 places to the right. Okay, let us try to have this example. We have 3,412 10,000s divided by 1/100. Okay, so the rules tells us that we are going to move the decimal point how many places? 2 places. So here is our decimal point here. We're going to move 2 places since we divide this one by 1/100, 1 and 2. And for our final answer, we have 34 and 12 hundredths. Okay, so let's try to have this and another example. We have 2 and 1,534 10,000s divided by 1/100. Move our decimal point 2 places to the right. So this is our decimal point. Move 2 places to the right, 1 and 2. So this will be now the new position of our decimal point. And for our final answer, we have 215 and 34 hundredths. Another example, we have 45 and 2,361 10,000s divide it by 1/100. Move the decimal point 2 places to the right. And for our final answer, we have 4,523 and 61 hundredths. Okay, so last example here. 75 and 2,461 10,000s divided by 1/100. Move the decimal point 2 places to the right. And for our final answer, the answer is 7,524 and 61 hundredths. Okay, so it's just very easy. When we divide decimals by 1/100, just move 2 places to the right. Move our decimal point 2 places to the right. And for our last lesson for this day, how to divide decimals up to 4 decimal places by 1/1000. So for this one, just like what we have discussed a while ago, when we divide decimals by 1/10, move the decimal point 1 place to the right. When we divide our decimals by 1/100, we move 2 places to the right. Now this time, if we divide our decimal by 1/1000, we're just going to move the decimal point 3 places to the right. So that is just how easy our lesson is. So we have here an example. We have 3,412 10,000s divided by 1,000. Move the decimal point 3 places to the right. Here is our decimal point. Move it 3 places to the right. We have 1, 2, and 3. So for our final answer, we have 341 and 2 tenths. We have also 2 and 1,534 10,000s divided by 1,000s. The final answer is move the decimal point 3 places, 1, 2, and 3. So this will be now the position of our decimal point. And for our final answer, we have 2,153 and 4 tenths. We have also 45 and 2,361 10,000s. Move the decimal point 3 places to the right. And for our final answer, we have 45,236 and 1/10. And for our last example, we have 75 and 2,461 10,000s divided by 1,000s. Move the decimal point. And for our final answer, we have 75,246 and 1/10. So that's it. So here are the things that we need to remember. Okay, so write this one. This is very important. When we divide decimals by 1/10, move the decimal point 1 place to the right. When we divide the decimal by 1/100, move the decimal point 2 places to the right. And when we divide decimals by 1,000, just move the decimal point 3 places to the right. Okay, so that's it. That ends our lesson for today. So, thank you for listening, and I really hope to see you again.